They then had about 3.5 months to memorize their lines, prepare their costumes and props, and dream up the set. This week on Monday, we started, and in 1 week they have put together this play. I think you'll agree with me, they've done a wonderful job. Another benefit for them has been actually living the play. If you would like to know what it's like to live and work and eat with 25 Shakespearean characters, we can tell you. And some of them are real characters. As always, we ask that you turn off cell phones and refrain from flash photography. I represent our troupe when I tell you that our dearest wish is that you enjoy our humble play. And now, let the play begin.
Changes of the watery star have been the shepherd's note since we have left our throne. Without a burden, time is long again, would be filled up, my brother, with our thanks. And yet we should for perpetuity go hence in debt, and therefore, like a cipher, yet standing in rich place, we multiply with one, we thank you, many thousand more that go before it.
Stay your thanks a while, and pay them when you part.
Sir, that's tomorrow. I am questioned by my fears, by what may chance or breed upon our absence.
1 7 night longer.
Very soon, tomorrow.
Tongue-tied, our queen, speak you.
To tell he longs to see his son, we're strong. But let him say so then, and let him go. But let him swear so, and he shall not stay. We'll whack him hence with distaffs. Yet, of your royal presence, I'll adventure the borrow of a week. When at Bohemia you take my lord, I'll let him there a month behind the jest prefixed for his parting.
Yes, good deed, Leontes.
I love thee, not a jar the cloth behind what lady she her lord. You'll stay.
No, madame.
Nay, but you will.
I may not, verily.
Verily, you seek to put me off with limber vows. But I, though you should seek to unsphere the stars with oaths, should yet say, sir, no going. Verily, you shall not go. A lady's verily is as potent as a lord. Will you go yet? Force me to keep you as a prisoner, not like a guest. So you shall pay your fees when you depart and save your thanks. What say you, my prisoner or my guest? By your dread, verily, one of them you shall be.
Your guest, my lady. To be your prisoner should import offending, which is for me less easy to commit than you to punish.
Not your jailer, then, but your kind hostess. Come, I'll question you of my lord's tricks, and yours when you were boys. You were pretty lordings then.
We were, fair queen. Two lads that thought nothing more behind but another day tomorrow as today, and to be boy eternal.
Was not my lord the verier wag of the two?
We were as twin lambs that did frisk in the sun, and bleat the one at the other. What we changed was innocence for innocence. We knew not the doctrine of ill-doing, no more dreamed than any did.
At the good queen's entreaty, Polixenes agreed to stay, though he missed his son, a son who made a July's day as short as December. He no sooner agreed to stay when Leontes, of a sudden, was seized with a jealousy most unreasoning. His heart danced, but not for joy, not joy. To Camillo he revealed his crazed opinion that the queen was unfaithful and Polixenes her lover. Camillo protested he'd not be a standard by to hear his sovereign mistress clouded so, but bade his lord to be cured of his diseased opinion. The king would not listen, but ordered Polixenes to be poisoned. The worthy Camillo forswore all villainy and escaped with Polixenes to Bohemia. The king saw this as proof of the queen's good.
You, my lords, look on her. Mark her well. When you have said she's goodly, come between, or you can say she's honest. But be it known, from him that has most cause to grieve that it should be, she's an adulteress.
Should a villain say so? The most replenished villain in the world, he were as much more villain. You, my lord, do but mistake.
You have mistook, my lady, Polixenes for Leontes.
No, by my life, privy to none of this. How shall this grieve you when you shall come to clearer knowledge that you have thus published me? Gentle my lord, you scarce can write truthfully than to say you did mistake.
No. Away with her to prison. He who shall speak for her is afar off guilty, but that he speaks.
There's some ill planet reigns. I must be patient till the heavens look with an aspect more favorable. Good my lords, I am not prone to weeping, as our sex commonly are, the want of which vain dews perchance shall dry your pities. But I have lodged here that honorable grief, which burns worse than tears drown. Beseech your highness, my women may be with me, for you see, my plight requires it. Do not weep, good fools. When you shall know your mistress has deserved prison, then abound in tears as I come out. This action I now go on is for my better grace. Adieu, my lord. I never wished to see you sorry. Now, I trust I shall.
Go, do our bidding. Hence.
Come, my women. You have leave.
Beseech your highness, call the queen again.
Be certain what you do, sir, lest your justice prove violence, in the which 3 great ones suffer. Yourself, your queen, your son.
For her, my lord, I dare my life on the line, and will do it, sir. Please you to accept her. The queen is spotless, in the eyes of heaven and human. I mean, in this which you accuse her.
If it proves she's otherwise, I'll keep my stables where I lodge my wife. It is for you we speak, not for ourselves. You are abused, and by some putter on that will be damned for it. Would I knew the villain.
Cease no more. You smell this business with a sense as cold as a dead man's nose. But I do see it and feel it.
If it be so, we need no great very honesty. There's not a grain of it sufficed to sweeten the whole dung eater.
What? Lack I credit?
I had rather you did lie than I, my lord, upon this ground, and more if you would content me. To have her honor truth in your suspicion, be blamed for how you might.
Why? What need we commune with you of this? But rather follow our forceful instigation. Our prerogative calls not your counsels, but our natural goodness and and I, whom you know, of stuff sufficiency. Now, from the oracle they shall bring all, whose spiritual counsel had, shall stop or spur me. Have I done well?
Well done, my lord.
Keeper of the prison, call to him. Let him have knowledge who I am. Good lady, no court in Europe is too good for thee. What dost thou then in prison? Now, good sir, you know me, do you not?
Full worthy lady, and one who I much honor.
Pray you then conduct me to the queen.
I would not, madam. To the contrary, I have express commandment.
Here's a due, to lock up honesty and honor from the access of gentle visitors. Is it lawful, pray you, to see her women, any of them? Emilia!
So please you, madam, I shall bring Amelia forth.
I pray now, call her.
And madam, I must be present at your conference.
Well, be it so, prithee. Here's such a due to make no stain a stain as passes coloring. Dear gentlewoman, how fares our gracious lady?
As well as one so great and so forlorn may hold together, on her frights and griefs, which never a tender lady hath one greater. She is something before her time delivered.
A boy?
A daughter, and a goodly babe, lusty, and like to live. The queen receives much comfort in it. Says, my poor prisoner, I am innocent as you.
I dare be sworn. These dangerous, unsafe loons in the king, beshrew them! He must be told on it, and he shall. The office becomes a woman best. I'll take it upon me. Pray you, Amelia, commend my best obedience to the queen. If she dare trust me with her little babe, I'll shew it to the king, and undertake to be her advocate to the loudest. We do not know how he may soften at the sight of the child. The silence often of pure innocence persuades when speaking fails.
Most worthy madam, your honor and your goodness is so evident that your free undertaking cannot miss a thriving issue. There is no lady living so meet for this great errand. Please, your ladyship, to visit the next room. I'll presently acquaint the queen of your most noble offer.
If it please the queen to send the babe, I know not what I shall incur to pass it, having no warrant.
You need not fear it, sir. The child was prisoner to the womb, and is by law and process of great nature thence freed and enfranchised, not a party to the anger of the king, nor guilty of, if any be, the trespass of the queen.
I do believe it.
Do not you fear. Upon my honor, I will stand betwixt you and danger.
Madam, he hath not slept tonight, commanded none should come to him.
Fear I you this tyrannous passion, more, alas, than the queen's life? But I do come with words as medicinal as true, as honest as either, to purge him of that humor that presses him from sleep.
Lie you now, you hear? When she take the rein, I let her run, but she'll not stumble.
Good, my liege, I come. I, professes myself, your most loyal servant, your physician, your most obedient counselor, yet that dares us appear so in comforting your evils, than such as most seem yours. I say I come from your good queen.
Good queen,
Good queen, I say. Good queen.
force her hence.
Of my own accord I'll off. But first I'll do my errand. The good queen, for she is good, hath brought you forth a daughter. Here it is.
your blessing. Traitors, will you not push her out? Thou, Durden, thou art woman tired, unroosted by thy dame Partlet here. Take it up, I say, give it to thy crow.
Forever unbearable be thy hands, if thou takest of the princess by that forced baseness which he has put upon it.
He fears his wife.
So I would you did, then 'twere past all doubt you'd call your children yours.
A nest of traitors.
I am none by this good light.
Nor I, nor any that's here, but one, and that's himself. For he the sacred honor of himself, his queens, his hopeful sons, his babes betrays to slander.
This brat is none of mine. It is the issue of Polixenes.
It is yours. Although the prince be little, the whole matter and copy of the father. Eye, nose, and lip.
I'll have thee burnt.
I care not. It is the heretic that makes the fire, not she who burns in it. But in this most cruel usage of your queen, not able to produce more accusation than your own weak-hinged fancy, something savors of tyranny.
On your allegiance out of the chamber with her.
I pray you do not push me out. I'll be gone. Look to the babe, my lord, 'tis yours. So farewell, we are gone.
Thou, traitor, hast set thy wife on this. My child, away with it. Take it hence and see it instantly consumed in fire. Even thou, and none but thou.
I'll pawn the little blood I have left to save the innocent. Anything possible.
It shall be possible. Swear by this sword thou wilt perform my bidding.
I will, my lord.
We enjoin thee, as thou art liege man to us, that thou carry this female child hence, and that thou bear it to some remote and desert place, quite out of our dominions, and there thou leave it.
I swear to do this, though a present death had been more merciful.
Please, your highness, posts from those you sent to the oracle are come an hour since. Cleomenes and Dion, being well arrived from Delphus, are both landed, hasting to the court.
The climate's delicate, the air most sweet. Fertile the isle, the temple much surpassing the common praise it bears.
I shall report. For most that caught me, it's celestial habits. Methinks I so should term them. In the reverence of the grave bearer. Oh, the sacrifice, how ceremonious, solemn, unearthly. It was in the office.
But of all, the burst in the ear-deafening voice of the oracle, kin to Jove's thunder, so surprised my sense that I was nothing.
If the event of the journey prove successful to the queen, oh, be it so. Adapted to us, rare, heaven, speedy. The time is worth the use of it.
Great Apollo, turn all to the best. These proclamations so forcing faults upon Hermione, I little like.
The violent curve of it will clear or end the business. When the oracle, thus by Paul's great mind sealed up, shall the contents discover something rare. Even then, we'll rush to knowledge and greatest be the issue.
Let us be cleared of being tyrannous, since we so openly proceed in justice, which shall have due course, even to the guilt or the purgation. Produce the prisoner.
It is His Highness's pleasure that the Queen appear in person here in court. Silence.
Read the indictment.
Hermione, Queen to the worthy Leontes, King of Sicilia. Thou art here accused and arraigned of high treason in committing adultery with Polixenes, king of Bohemia, and conspiring with Camillo to take away the life of our sovereign lord the king, thy royal husband. The pretense whereof, being by circumstances partly laid open, thou, Hermione, contrary to the faith and allegiance of a true subject, didst counsel and aid them, for their better safety, to fly away by night.
Since what I am to say must be but that which contradicts my accusation, and the testimony on my part being no other but what comes from myself, it shall scarce boot me to say not guilty. Mine integrity being counted falsehood shall, as I express it, be so received. But thus, if powers divine behold our human actions, as they do, I doubt not then, but innocence shall make false accusation blush, and tyranny tremble at patience. You, my lord, best know whom least will seem to do so. My past life hath been as continent, as chaste, as true as I am now unhappy, which is more than history can pattern, though devised and played to take spectators. I ne'er heard yet that any of these bolder vices wanted less impudence to gainsay what they did than to perform it first. That's true, sir, though 'tis a saying, not due to me. You will not own it. For Polixenes, with whom I am accused, I do confess I loved him, and in honor he required, with such a kind of love as might become a lady like me, with a love even such, so and no other as yourself commanded, which not to have done, I think, had been in me both disobedience and ingratitude to you and toward your friend. Now, for conspiracy, I know not how it tastes, though it be dished for me to try how. All I know of it is that Camillo was an honest man, and why he left the court, the gods themselves, knowing no more than I, am ignorant. You knew of his departure, as you know what you have undertaken to do in his absence. Sir, you speak a language I understand not. My life stands on the level of your dreams, which I'll lay down. Your actions are my dreams. You had a child by Polixenes, and I but dreamed it. Thou shalt feel our justice, in whose easiest passage look for no less than death. Sir, spare your threats. The bug which you would fright me with I seek. To me can life be no commodity. The crown and comfort of my life, your favor, I do give lost, for I do feel it gone, but know not how it went. Now, my liege, tell me what blessings have I here alive that I should fear to die? Therefore, proceed. But yet, hear this, mistake me not. No, life, I prize it not a straw. But for mine honor, which I would free, if I shall be condemned upon surmises, all proof sleeping else, but with your jealousies awake, I tell you 'tis rigor and not law. Your honors all, I do refer me to the oracle. Apollo be my judge.
This your request is altogether just. Therefore bring forth in Apollo's name his oracle.
You here shall swear upon this sword of justice that you, Cleomenes and Dion, have been both at Delphus, and from thence have brought this sealed up oracle by the hand delivered of the great Apollo's priest, and that since then you have not dared to break the holy seal, nor read the secret script.
All this we swear.
Break up the seals and read.
Hermione is chaste, Polixenes blameless, Camillo a true subject, Leontes a jealous tyrant, his innocent babe truly begotten, and the king shall live without an heir if that which is lost be not found.
Hast thou read truth?
Aye, my lord, even so, as it is here set down.
There is no truth at all in the oracle. The session shall proceed. This is mere falsehood.
My lord, the king, the king.
What is the business?
Oh, sir, I shall be hated to report it. The prince your son, with mere conceit and fear of the queen's speed, is gone.
How? Gone?
Is dead.
Apollo's angry, and the heavens themselves do strike at my injustice. How now? There.
This news is mortal to the queen. Look down and see what death is doing.
Take her hint. Her heart is but overcharged. She will recover. If too much believe my own suspicion, beseech you, tenderly apply to her some remedies for life. Apollo, pardon my great profaneness against thine oracle. I'll reconcile me to Polixenes. New woo my queen. Recall the good Camillo, whom I proclaim a man of truth, of mercy, for being transported by my jealousies, to bloody thoughts and to revenge. I chose Camillo as the minister to poison my friend Polixenes, which had been done, but that the good mind of Camillo tardy, unclasped my practice, and quit his fortunes here. How he glisters through my rust. How his piety make my deeds the blacker.
Pull the wild! Oh, cut my lace, lest my heart, cracking it, break too.
What fit is this, good lady?
What studied torments, tyrant, hast for me? What wheels, what racks, fires, what flames, what boilings, in leads or oils, what old or newer torture must I receive, whose every word deserves to taste of thy most worst? Thy tyrannies, together working with thy jealousies. Oh, think what they have done, and then run mad, stark mad, for all thy bygone fooleries were but spices of it. Oh, lords, when I have said, cry woe, the queen, the dearest, sweetest creature's dead, and vengeance for it not dropped down yet.
The higher powers forbid.
I say she's dead. I'll swear it. Therefore betake thee to nothing but despair. 1,000 knees, 10,000 years together, naked, fasting, upon a barren mountain, and still winter, in storm perpetual, could not move the gods to look the way thou wert.
Go on, go on. Thou canst not speak too much. I have deserved all tongues to talk their bitterest.
Say no more, however the business goes. You have made fault in the boldness of your speech.
I am sorry for it. All faults I make when I come to know them, I do repent. Alas, I have showed too much the rashness of a woman. He is touched to the noble heart. What's gone and what's past help should be past grief. Therefore, do not receive affliction at my petition. Rather, let me be punished that have minded you of what you should forget.
Thou didst speak but well, when most the truth, which I received much better than to be pitied of thee. Pray you, bring me to the dead bodies of my queen and son. One grave shall be for both. Upon them shall the causes of their death appear, and to our shame perpetual. Once a day, I'll visit the chapel where they lie, and tears shed there shall be my recreation. So long as nature will bear up with this exercise, so long daily vow to use it. Come, lead me unto these sorrows.
Aye, my lord, and fear we have landed in ill time. The skies are brimble and threaten present blusters. In my conscience, the heavens that we had in hand are angry and frown upon us.
Their sacred wills be done. Go, get aboard, look to thy bark. I'll not be long before I call upon thee.
Make your best haste then, and do not go too far on the land. It's like to be loud weather. Besides, this place is famous for the creatures that keep fun.
Go thou away, I'll follow instantly.
I'm glad at heart to be so rid of the business.
Come, poor babe. I have heard, but not believed, the spirits of the dead may walk again. If such thing be, thy mother appeared to me last night, for ne'er was a dream so like a waking. I never saw a vessel like sorrow, so filled, so becoming. In pure white robes, like very sanctity did she approach, did this break from her. Good Antigonus, since fate, against thy better disposition, hath made thy person for the thrower up of my poor babe. According to thy note, places remote enough are in Bohemia. There weep and leave it crying, and for the babe is counted lost forever, perdita I bid thee call it. For this ungentle business put on thee by my lord, thou ne'er shalt see thy wife Paulina more. And so with shrieks, she melted into air. Affrighted much I did in time collect myself, and thought this was so, and no slumber. Dreams are toys, yet for this once, yea, superstitiously, I will be squared by it. I do believe Hermione hath suffered death. Blossom, speed thee well, there lie, there thy character, there these, which may of fortune please, both breed thee pretty and still rest thine. The storm begins, poor wretch, weep I cannot, but my heart bleeds, and most accursed am I, to be thine oath enjoined to this. Farewell, the day frowns more and more, thou art like to have a lullaby too rough. A savage clamor, well may I get aboard, this is the chase, I am gone forever.
Noble Antigonus, pursued by bear, was killed, as all his ship and crew did disappear beneath the stormy wave. But he left the child, by shepherd to be saved. Perdita she was called, with speed so pace. I speak of her, now grown in grace. Equal with wondering, whatever ensues, I list not prophecy, but let time's news be known when 'tis brought forth, a shepherd's daughter, and what to her tears, which follows after. Now take upon me, in the name of time, to use my wings, impute it not a crime, To me or my swift passage, that I slide o'er 16 years, and leave the growth untrapped. Of that wide gap, since it is in my power to o'erthrow law, and in one self-born hour to plant and o'erwhelm custom. Let me pass, the same I am, ere anxious order was, or what is received. I witness to the times that brought them in, so shall I do to the freshest things now reigning, and make stale the glistering of this present, as my tale now seems to it. Your patience this allowing, I'll turn my glass, and give my scene such growing, as you'd slept between. Leontes leaving, the effects of his fond jealousies, so grieving that he shuts up himself. Imagine me, gentle spectators, that I may now be in fair Bohemia. And remember well, I mentioned the son of the kings, named Florizel.
I pray thee, good Camillo, be no more importunate. 'Tis a sickness denying thee anything, a death to grant this.
It is 15 years since I saw my country. Though I have for the most part been erred abroad, I desire to lay my bones there. Besides, the penitent king, my master, hath sent for me, to whose feeling sorrows I might be some allay, or I owe him to think so, which is another spur to my departure.
As thou lovest me, Camillo, wipe not out the rest of thy services by leaving me now. Then need I have for thee thine own goodness hath made. Better not to have had thee than thus to want thee. Of that fatal country, Cecilia, prithee speak no more, whose very naming punishes me with the remembrance of that penitent, as thou callest him, and reconciled king my brother, whose loss of his most precious queen and children are even now to be afresh lamented. Say to me, what sawest thou of Prince Florizel my son? Kings are no less unhappy, their issue not being gracious than they are in losing them, when they have approved their virtues.
Sir, it is 3 days since I saw the prince. What his happier affairs may be are to me unknown, but I have missingly noted he is of late much retired from court.
I have considered so much, Camillo, and with some care, so far that I have eyes under my service to look upon his removals, from whom I have this report, that he is seldom from the house of a most homely shepherd, a man, they say, that from very nothing, and beyond the imagination of his neighbors, has grown into an unspeakable estate.
I have heard, sir, of such a man, who hath a daughter of most rare note. The report of her is extended more than can be thought to begin from such a cottage.
That is likewise part of my intelligence. But I fear she ain't will trust our son thither. Thou shalt accompany us to the place, where we shall, not appearing what we are, have some question with the shepherd, from whose simplicity I think it not uneasy to get the cause of our son's resort thither. Prithee, be my present partner in this business, and lay aside these thoughts of Cecilia.
I willingly obey your command.
My best Camillo, we must disguise ourselves.
Lawn as white as driven snow, cypress black as air was broke, plump as sweet, damask roses, masks for faces and for noses. I have served Prince Florizel, and in my time wore free pilot, but now I am out of service. But shall I go mourn for that, my dear? The pale moon shines by night, and when I wander here and there, I then do most go right. My father named me Autolycus, who being, as I am, littered under Mercury, was likewise a snapper up of unconsidered trifles. My revenue is the silly cheat. A prize, a prize.
Let me see. Every 11 weathered tods, every tod yields pounds and odd shilling. 1,500 shorn. What comes the wool to?
If the spring hold, the cock's mine.
I cannot do it without compters. Let me see. What am I to buy for our sheep shearing feast? 3 pound currant, 5 sugar, rice. What is this sister of mine shearers, 3-man songmen and all, and very good ones. But they are most means and bases. But one Puritan among them, and he sings psalms to hornpipes.
Oh, that ever I was born!
In the name of me.
Oh, help me, pluck but off these rags, and then death, death!
Alas, poor soul. Thou needest more rags around thee rather than have these off.
Oh, sir, the loathsomeness of them offends me more than the stripes I have received, which are mighty ones and millions.
Poor man. 1,000,000 of beatings may come to great matter.
I am robbed, sir, and beaten, my money and apparel ta'en from me, and these detestable things put upon me.
What, by horseman or footman?
A footman, sweet sir, a footman.
Indeed it should have been a footman. If this be a horseman's cloak, it has seen very hot service.
Indeed, sir. Wilt thou help me up?
Yes, give me that. I'll help thee.
Tenderly, oh good sir.
Alas, poor soul.
Oh, good sir, softly. I fear, sir, my shoulder blade is out.
How now? Can't stand.
Very good, sir, softly. Good sir, you have done me a charitable office.
What manner of fellow was it who did this to you?
A fellow, sir. I knew him once, a servant of the prince. I cannot tell, good sir, for which of his virtues it was, but he was certainly whipped out of the court.
Virtues, you should say. No. Vices. There's no vice for whipped out of the court. I cherish it to make it stay there, and yet it will no more but abide.
Vices, I would say, sir. I know this man well. He hath since been an 8-bearer, then a process server, a bailiff, then he compassed a motion of the prodigal son, and married a tinker's wife, within a mile where my land and living lies. And having flown over many knavish professions, he settled only in Rome. Some call him Autolycus.
Ah! Prig for my life, prig! I know the man. He haunts wakes, fairs, and bear baitings.
Very true, sir. He, sir, he. That's the rogue that put me into this apparel.
Not a more cowardly man in all of Bohemia. If you had but looked big and spit at him, he'd have run.
I must confess to you, sir, I am no fighter. I am false of heart that way, and that he knew I warrant him.
How do you now?
Much better than I was, sir. I can stand and walk. I will even take my leave of you, and pace softly towards my kinsman's.
Shall I see thee on the way?
No, good face, sir. No, sweet sir.
Well, fare thee well then. I'm off to buy spices for our sheep shearing.
Prosper you, sweet sir. Your purse is not hot enough to purchase your spice. I'll be with you at your sheep shearing too. If I make not this cheat bring out another, and the shearers prove sheep, let me be unrolled, and my name put in the book of virtue. Jog on, the footpath way, and merrily hint the styra. A merry heart goes all the day, your sad tires in a mile.
These, your unusual weeds, to each part of you do give a light. No shepherdess, but Flora peering in April's front. This, your sheep shearing, is as a meeting of the petty gods, and you, the queen on it.
Sir, my gracious lord, to chide at your extremes, it not becomes me. Oh, pardon that I name them your high self. The gracious Marco the land you have obscured with a swain's wearing, and me, poor lowly maid, most goddess-like pranked up, but that our feasts in every mess have folly, and the feeders
show myself a lass.
I bless the time when my good falcon made her flight across thy father's ground.
Now, Joe, afford you cause. To me the difference forges dread. Your greatness hath not been used to fear. Even now I tremble to think your father by some accident should pass this way as you did. Oh, the fates! How would he look to see his work so noble vilely bound up? What would he say? Or how should I, in these my borrowed flaunts, behold the sternness of his presence?
Apprehend nothing but jollity.
But, sir, your resolution cannot hold when 'tis opposed as it must be by the power of the king. One of these two must be necessities, which will then will speak that you must change the purpose or I my life.
Thou dearest Perdita, with these forced thoughts I prithee, darken not the mirth of the feast, or all be thine, my fair, or not my father's. For I cannot be mine own, nor anything to any, if I be not thine. To this I am most constant, though destiny say no. Be merry, gentle, strangle such thoughts as these, with anything that you behold the while. Your guests are coming. Lift up your countenance, as it were the day of the celebration of that nuptial of which we two have sworn shall come.
O Lady Fortune, stand you auspicious.
See, your guests approach. Address yourself to entertain them sprightly, and let's be red with mirth.
Fie, daughter, when my old wife lived, upon this day, she was both Hitler, butler, and cook, both thane and servant. Welcome all, served all. You are retired. Pray you bid these unknown friends welcome, for it is a way to become better friends, more known.
Sir, welcome. 'Tis my father's will I should take on to be hostesship of the day. You're welcome, sir. Hand me those flowers there, Dorcas. Reverend sirs, for you there is rosemary and rue. These keep singing in savor all winter long. Grace and remembrance be to you both, and welcome to our shearing.
Shepherdess, a fair one are you. Well, you fit our ages with flowers of winter.
Sir, the year growing ancient, not yet on summer's death, nor on the birth of trembling winter. The fairest flowers of the season are carnations and streaked gillivores.
I should leave grazing were I of your flock, and only live by gazing.
Alas, you'd be so lean that the blast of January would blow you through and through. I would I had some of the flowers of the spring that might become your time of day. Daffodils that come before the swallow dares and take the winds of March with beauty. Come, take your flowers. Methinks I play as I have seen them do in woods and pastorals. Sure, this robe of mine does change my disposition.
What you do, still better what is done. When you speak, sweet, I'd have you do it ever. When you dance, I wish you a wave of the sea, that you might ever do nothing but that. Each your doings, so singular and each particular. Round what you're doing in that present deed, that all your acts are queens.
Oh, Doricles, your praises are too large, but that your youth and the true blood which fairly peeps through it do plainly give you off an unstained shepherd.
But come, our dance, I pray, your hand, my Perdita.
This is the prettiest low-born lass that ever ran on the greensward. Nothing she does or seems but smacks of something greater than herself, too noble for this place.
He tells her something that makes her blood look out. Good sooth, she is the queen of curds and cream.
Come on, strike up!
Also must be your mistress.
Now, in good time.
Not a word, a word. We stand upon our manners. Come, strike up! Pray, good shepherd, what fair swain is this which dances with your daughter?
They call him Dorcles, and boast him to have a worthy feeding, but I have it upon his own report, and I believe it. He looks like Zeus. He says he loves my daughter, and I believe that too, for never gazed the moon upon the water, as he'll stand and read as for my daughter's eyes. And to be plain, I think there is not half a kiss between them to choose who loves the rest.
She dances featly.
So she does anything. Though I report it, that should be silent.
Oh, master, master. If you did but hear the peddler at the door, you'd never dance again after a tabor and a pipe, you know. The bagpipe could not move you. He sings several tunes faster than you'll tell money. He utters them as if he had eaten ballads.
He could never come better. He shall come in. I love a ballad even too well if it be doleful matter, merrily set down, or a very pleasant thing indeed, and sung lamentedly.
He has song for man or woman, of all sizes. No milliner can so fit his customer with gloves. He has the prettiest long socks to make.
Has he any unbraided wares?
He has ribbons of all the colors in the rainbow, points more than all the warriors in Bohemia can learn and handle, though they come to him by the gross. Inkles, cases, cambrics, lawns, why, he sings them over as if they were gods or goddesses. You would think a smocker as she ain't, but he so chance to the sleeve hand and the work about the square on it.
Prithee, bring him in, and let him approach singing.
Forewarn him that he used no scurrilous words in his tunes.
You have of these peddlers and have in them more than you would think, sister.
A good brother, or go about to sing.
Lawn as white as driven snow, cypress black as air was prone, loveless sweet as damask roses, masks for faces and for noses, bugle bracelet, necklace amber, perfume for a lady's chamber, golden quoits and stomachers, for my lads to give their dears, pins and poking sticks of steel, what they'd lack from head to heel. Come buy of me, come buy, come buy. Buy, lads, or else your lasses cry. Come buy.
If I were not in love with Mopsa, you should take no money of me. But being enthralled as I am, it telleth to be the bondage of certain ribbons and gloves.
I was promised them against the feast, but they come not too late now.
He hath promised more than that, or there be liars.
Are there no manners left among maids? Clear your tongues, not a word more.
I have done, but come, you promised me a tawdry lace and a pair of sweet gloves.
Have I not told you how I was cozened by the way and lost all my money?
And indeed, sir, there are cozeners abroad. Therefore, it behoves men to be wary.
Fear not, man, you'll lose nothing here.
I hope so, sir, for I have about me many parcels of charge.
What has here? Ballads?
Pray now, buy some. I love a ballad in print, alike, for then we are sure they are true.
Here's one to a very doleful tune about a usurer's wife, and now she long feet adders' heads and toads carbonadoed.
Is it true, think you?
Very true, and but a month old.
Bless me for marrying a user.
Pray now, buy it.
Come, lay it by. Let's first see some more ballads. We'll buy the other things anon.
Here's another ballad about a fish that appeared upon the coast on Wednesday, the 80 of April, 40,000 fathom above water, and sung this ballad against the hard hearts of knaves. The ballad is very pitiful, and as true.
Is it true, too, think you?
5 justices' hands at it, and witnesses more than my pack will hold.
Lay it by too. Another.
This is a merry ballad, but a very pretty one.
Let's have some merry.
We'll have this song out and on by ourselves. The gentleman and my father are in sad talk, and we'll not trouble them. Come, bring the pack out after me. Wenches, I'll buy for you both. Let's have the first choice. Follow me, girls.
And you shall pay well for it. Come to the peddler, money's a meddler, that doth utter all men's wear-up.
How now, fair shepherd? Your heart is full of something that does take your mind from feasting. Sooth, when I was young and handed love as you do, I was wont to load my sheath with nets. I would have ransacked the peddler's silken treasury and poured it to her acceptance.
Old sir, I know she prizes not such trifles as these are. The gifts she looks from me are packed and locked up in my heart, which I've given already. but not delivered.
But to your protestation, let me hear what you profess.
Do, and be witness to it.
And he?
And he, and more than he, and men, the earth, the heavens and all, that were I crowned the most imperial monarch, thereof most worthy, were I the fairest youth that ever made I swerve, had I force and knowledge more than was ever man's, I would not prize them without her love, but her employ them all, commend them or condemn them to her service, or to their own perdition.
Fairly offered.
This shows a sound affection.
But daughter, say you the like to him?
I cannot speak so well, nothing so well, no, nor mean better. By the pattern of mine own thoughts, I cut out the purity of his.
Take hands a bargain, and friends unknown, who shall bear witness to it? I give my daughter to him, and make her portion equal his.
Oh, that must be in the virtue of your daughter.
Come, your hand, and daughter yours.
Soft, Swain, a while to see you. Have you a father?
I have, but what of it?
Knows he of this?
He neither does, nor shall.
Methinks a father is, at the nuptial of his son, I guess that best becomes the tale. Pray, once more, is not your father grown, incapable of reasonable affairs? Is he not stupid with age or altering rooms? Can he speak? Hear?
No, good sir. He has his health, and ample strength indeed, than most of his age.
By my white beard, you offer him, if this be so, a wrong something unfilial. Reason my son should choose himself a wife, as good reason the father, all whose joy is nothing but fair prosperity, should have some counsel in such a business.
I yield all this, but for some reasons, my grave sir, which 'tis not fit you know, I not acquaint my father of this business.
Let him know it.
He shall not.
Prithee, let him.
No, he must not.
Oh, let him, my son. He shall not need to grieve at knowing of thy choice.
Come, he must not. Mark our contract.
Mark your divorce, young sir, whom son I dare not call. Thou art two-faced to be acknowledged. Thou a scepter's heir, that thus affects the sheep hook. Thou old traitor, I am sorry that by hanging thee I can but shorten thy life 1 week.
Oh, my heart!
I'll have thy beauty and made more homely than thy state. For thee, fun boy, will bar thee from success. Not hold thee of our blood, no, not our kin.
Even here undone, I was not much afeard, for once or twice I was about to speak, and tell him plainly, that the self-same sun that shines upon his court hides not his visage from our cottage, but looks on alike. But please you, sir, be gone. I told you what would come of this. Beseech you, of your own state take care. This dream of mine being now awake, I'll queen it no inch further, but milk might use and weep.
Why, how now, father? Speak, or thou diest!
I cannot speak, nor think, nor dare to know what I do know. You have undone a man, 83, who sought to fill his grave in quiet gay, to die upon the bed my father died, to lie close to his honest bones. But now some hangman must put a shroud on me, and lay me where no priest shovels in dust. Undone, undone! If I might die within this hour, I live to die when I desire.
Why look you so on me? I am but sorry, not afeard. Delayed, but nothing altered. What I was, I am.
Gracious my lord, you know your father's temper. At this time he'll allow no speech, which I do guess you do not propose to him, and as hardly will he endure your sight as yet I hear.
From my succession wipe me, father. I am an heir to my affection.
Be advised.
I am.
This is desperate, sir.
So call it, but it does fulfill my vow. I need must think it honesty. Camillo, not for Bohemia, nor the pomp that may be there gleamed, will I break my oath to this my fair beloved. Therefore, I pray you, as you have ever been my father's honored friend, when he shall miss me, as in faith I mean not to see him any more, cast your good counsels upon his passion. let myself and fortune tug for the time to come. This you may know, and so deliver. I am put to sea with her, whom here I cannot hold on shore. Hark to thee.
He's irremovable, resolved for flight. Now were I happy if his going I could frame to serve my turn, save him from danger, do him love and honor, purchase the sight again of dear Cecilia, and that unhappy king my master, whom I so much thirst to see.
Now, good Camilla, what shall I bring? What shall I do?
Sir, I think you have heard of my poor services and the love that I have borne your father.
Very nobly have you deserved. It is my father's music to speak your deeds.
Well, my lord, if you may please to think I love the king, and through him what's nearest to him, which is your gracious self, embrace but my direction. If your more ponderous and settled project may suffer alteration, on mine honor, I'll point you where you shall have such receiving as shall become your highness, where you may marry her, and with my best endeavors in your absence, your discontented father strive to qualify and bring him up to liking.
How, Camillo? May this almost a miracle be done, that I may call thee something more than man, and after that trust to thee.
Have you thought on a place whereto you'll go?
Not to me yet.
Then listen to me. This follows. If you will not change your purpose, but undergo this flight, make for Sicilia, and there present yourself and your fair princess, for so I see she must be, for Leontes. Methinks I see Leontes opening his free arms and weeping his welcomes forth. Ask thee, the son, forgiveness, as 'twere in the father's person.
What color for my visitation shall I hold up beforehand?
Sent by the king your father to greet him and give him comforts. Sir, the manner of your bearing towards him, what you as from your father shall deliver, things known betwixt us three, I'll write you down, the which shall point you forth at every sitting what you must say, that he shall not perceive, but that you have your father's bosom there, and speak his very heart.
I am bound to. There is some sap in this.
A course more promising than a wild dedication of yourselves to unpadded waters, undreamed shores, most certain to miseries enough.
But oh, the thorns we stand upon, Camillo, preserver of my father, and now of me.
Nay, but my letters, by this means being there so soon as you arrive, shall clear all doubt.
And those you procure from King Leontes
shall satisfy your father.
Happy be you. All that you speak shows fair.
Ha ha! What a fool honesty is, and trust, his sworn brother, a very simple gentleman. I have sold all my trumpery, not a counterfeit stone, not a ribbon, glass, pomander, or brooch to keep my pack from fasting. They throng who should buy first, as if my trinkets had been hallowed and brought a benediction to the buyer, by which means I saw whose purse was best in picture, and what I saw, to my good use, I remember. My clown, who once but something to be a reasonable man, grew so in love with the winter's song that he would not stir his petticoats till he had both tune and words, which so drew the rest of the herd to me that all their other senses stuck in ears. I would have filed keys off that hung in chains. No hearing, no feeling but my sir's song, and admiring the nothing of it. So that, in this time of lethargy, I picked and cut most of their festival persons, and had not the old man come in with a hubbub against his daughter and the king's son, scared my shots from the chaff, I had not left a purse alive in the entire army.
Whom have we here? We'll make an instrument of this. Omit nothing may give us aid.
If they have overheard me now, why hanging?
How now, good fellow? Why shakest thou so? Fear not, man. Here's no harm intended to thee.
I am a poor fellow, sir.
Why, be so still. Here's nobody will steal that from thee. Yet, for the outside of thy poverty, we must make an exchange. Therefore, decase thee instantly. Thou must think. There's necessity in it. And change garments with this gentleman. Though the pennyworth on his side be the worst, yet hold thee, there's some boot.
I am a poor fellow, sir.
Nay, prithee, dispatch. The gentleman is half late already.
Are you in earnest?
Dispatch, I prithee.
Indeed, I have had earnest, but I cannot with conscience take it.
Unbuckle! Unbuckle! Fortunate mistress, let my prophecy come home to you. You must retire yourself into some covert, take your sweetheart's hat, and pluck it o'er your brows, muffle your face, dismantle you, and, as you can, disliken the truth of your own seeming, for I do fear eyes over you. To shipboard yet undescribed.
I see the place so lies that I must bear apart.
No remedy. Have you done there?
Should I now meet my father, he would not call me son.
Nay, you shall have no hat. Come, lady, come. Farewell, my friend.
Adieu, sir.
What I do next shall be to tell the king of this estate, and whither they are bound. Wherein my hope is I shall so prevail to force him after. In whose company I shall review Cecilia, for whose sight I have a woman's longing.
I understand the business. I hear it. To have an open ear, a quick eye, and a nimble hand is necessary for a cut purse. A good nose is requisite also, to smell out work for the other senses. The prince himself is about a piece of iniquity, stealing away from his father. If I thought it were a piece of honesty to acquaint the king withal, I would not do it. I hold it more knavery to conceal it, and therein am I constant to my profession. Aside, here is more matter for a hot brain. See, what a man you are now. There's no way but to tell the king to the changeling, and none of your flesh and blood.
Nay, but hear me.
Nay, but hear me.
I'll go to then.
She being none of your flesh and blood, your flesh and blood has not offended the king, and so your flesh and blood is not to be punished by him. Show him those things you found about her, those secret things, all but what she has with her now. This being done, let the law go whistle, I warrant you.
I will tell the king all, every word, yea, and his son's pranks too, who is no honest man, neither to his father nor to me, to go about to make me the king's brother-in-law.
Indeed, brother-in-law, the furthest off it could have been from him. And then your blood would have been here by I know not how many else. Very wisely, puppies.
Well, let us to the palace. There's enough inside this Bartle that will make him scratch his beard.
I know not what impediment this complaint may be to the flight of my master. Can hardly think he be at the palace. Though I am not naturally honest, I am so sometimes by chance. Let me pocket up my peddler's excrement. How now, rustics? Whither are you bound?
To the palace, and like you, sir.
Your affairs there, what, with whom, the condition of that fardel, the place of your dwelling, your names, your ages, of what having, greeting, and anything that is fitting to be known, discover.
We are but plain fellows, sir.
A lie. You are rough and hairy. But we have no lying. It becomes none but tradesmen, and they often give us soldiers the lie.
Your worship would have liked to have given us one, had you not taken yourself with the manner. Are you a courtier? And like you, sir?
Whether it's likely or no, I am a courtier. Seest thou not the air of the court in these enfoldings? Hath not my gait in it the measure of the court? Receives not thy nose court odor from me? I am courtier, capope, and one will either push on or pluck back thy business there. Whereupon I command thee to open thy affair.
My business, sir, is to the king.
What advocate
but a great gentleman.
His garments are rich, but he wears them not handsomely.
Seems to me more noble in being fantastical. A great man, I'll warrant. I can tell by the pickings on his teeth.
The fardel there. What's in the fardel? Wherefore that box?
There contains a secret in this fardel which none must know but the king, and which he will know within an hour if I may come to speech of him.
Age, thou hast lost thy labor.
Why, sir?
The king is not at the palace. He is gone aboard a new ship to purge melancholy and air himself. For if thou beest capable of things serious, thou must know the king is full of grief.
So 'tis said that the king's son must marry a shepherd's daughter.
If that shepherd be not now in handclasp, let him fly. The curses he shall have, the torture he shall feel, will break the back of man, the heart of monster.
Think you so, sir?
Not he alone shall suffer what wit can make heavy and vengeance bitter, but all those who are germane to him, though removed 50 times, will also fall under the hangman, which, though it be great pity, yet it is necessary. An old sheep-whistling rogue, a ram-tender, to offer to have his daughter come into grace. Some say he shall be stoned, but that death is too soft for him, say I. Draw a throne into a sheepcoat, all deaths are too few, the sharpest too easy.
Has the old man a son, and like you, sir?
He has a son, who shall be flayed alive, then anointed over with honey, set on the head of wasp nest, then stand till he be 3/4 and a dram dead. But what talk we of these traitorly rascals, whose miseries are to be smiled at, their offenses so capital? Tell me, for you seem to be plain, honest men, what thou hast to the king. I will bring you aboard him, whisper him in your behalfs, and if it be in man besides the king to effect your suits, here is a man shall do it.
He seems to be of good authority. Close with him, give him gold. For though authority be a stubborn bear, it is often led by the nose with gold. Show the inside of your purse, the outside of his hand, and no more ado. Remember, stoned and flayed alive.
Here is the money that I have, sir. Please you to undertake the business for us. I will make it as much more as I have, and leave this young man and pawn you to liberate you.
After I have done what I promised?
Yes, sir.
Well, give me the moiety. Are you a party in this business?
In some sort, sir. But though my case be a pitiful one, I hope I shall not be flayed out of it.
Oh, that's the case of the shepherd's son. Hang him, he'll be made an example. Comfort, good comfort. We must to the king and show our strange sights. We are gone else.
Sir, I'll give as much as this old man does when the business is done, and remain. I will stay as your pawn till it is brought you.
Very well. I will trust you. Go forward toward the seaside. Go in the right hand. I will but look upon the hedge and follow you.
We are blessed in this man, as I may say, even blessed.
Let's forward as he bids us. He was provided to do us good. This way!
Now, had I a mind to be honest, I see fortune would not suffer me. She drops booties in my mouth.
concerns him nothing. Let him call me rogue for being so far officious, for I am proof against that title, and all shame else belongs to it. To him I will present them. There may be matter in it.
Sir, you have done enough and performed a saint-like sorrow. No fault could you make which you would not redeem. Indeed, you paid down more penitence than trespass. At the last, do as the heavens have done. Forget your evil and with them forgive yourself.
Whilst I remember her and her virtues, I cannot forget my blemishes in them, and so still think the wrong I did myself, which was so much that ereless it hath made my kingdom, and destroyed the sweetest companion that e'er man bred his hopes out of.
True, too true, my lord. If one by one you wedded all the world, or took from the all and are something good to make a perfect woman, she you killed would be unparalleled.
I think so.
Not at all, good lady. You might have spoken 1,000 things that would have done the time no benefit, or graced your kindness better.
You are one of those who would have him wed again.
If you would not so, you pity not the state, nor the remembrance of his most sovereign name. Consider little what dangers may drop upon the kingdom and devour uncertain lookers on.
There is none worthy respecting her that's gone. Besides, has not the divine Apollo said, is it not the tenor of his oracle, that King Leontes shall not have an heir till his lost child be found? Which, that it shall, is as monstrous to our human reason as mine Antigonus, to break his grave and come again to me, who, on my life, did perish with the infant. The crown will find an heir. Great Alexander left his to the worthiest, so his successor was like to be the best.
My good Paulina, who hast the memory of Hermione, I know in honor. Oh, that ever I had squared me to thy counsel. Then even now I might have looked upon my queen's full eyes. Thou speakest truth. No more such wives, therefore, no wife.
Will you swear never to marry by my free leave?
Never, Paulina, so be blessed my spirit.
Then, my good lords, bear witness to his oath.
You tempt him overmuch.
Unless another as like Hermione as is her picture affront his eye. I have done. But if my lord will marry, no remedy, but you will, give me the office to choose you a queen. She shall not be so young as was your former, but she shall be such as walked your first queen's ghost. It should take joy to see her in your arms.
My true Paulina, we shall not marry till thou bidst us.
That shall be when your first queen's again inbred. Never till then.
One that gives out himself Prince Florizel, son of Polixenes, with his princess, she the fairest I have yet beheld, desires access to your high presence.
What with him? He comes not like to his father's greatness. His approach, so out of circumstance and sudden, tells us 'tis not a visitation frae, but forced by need and accident. What train?
But few, and those but meet.
His princess, say you, with him?
Aye, the most peerless piece of earth, I think, that e'er the sun shone on.
Oh, Hermione! As every present time doth boast itself above a better gone, so must thy grave give way to what's seen now. Sir, you yourself have said and written so, but your writing is colder than that theme. She was not, nor was ever to be, equaled. Thus your verse flowed with her beauty once. 'Tis shrewdly ebbed to say you have seen a better.
Pardon, madame. The one I have almost forgot. Your pardon. The other, when she has obtained your eye,
creature, would she begin a sect, might quench the zeal of all professors, else making husbands, all she but did follow.
How? Not women.
Women will love her, that she is a woman more worth than any man. Men, that she is the rarest of all women.
Go, Cleomenes, yourself, assisted with your honored friends, bring them to our embracement. Still, 'tis strange he thus should steal upon us.
Had our prince, jewel of children, seen this hour, he'd have paired well with this lord. There was not a full month between their births.
Prithee, no more. Cease. Thou knowest he dies to me again when talked of. Sure, when I shall see this gentleman, thy speeches will bring me to consider that which may unfurnish me of reason. They are come. Were I but 21, your father's image is so hit in you, his very air, that I should call you brother, as I did him. Most dearly welcome. And you, fair princess, goddess, oh, alas, I lost a couple that twixt heaven and earth might thus have stood, begetting wonder as you, gracious couple, did. And then I lost all mine own folly, the society, amity too, of your brave father, who, in the very misery, I desire my life once more to look on him.
By his command have we here cut Sicilia, and from him bringing all the greeting that a king at friend can send his brother, and, but infirmity, which waits upon warm times, has something seized his wished ability. He had himself the land and waters twixt your throne, and his measure to look upon you, whom he loves. He bade me say so, more than all the scepters and those that bear them living.
Oh, my brother, welcome hither, as is the spring of the earth. And hath he too exposed this paragon to the fearful usage, and least ungentle, of the dreadful Neptune, to greet a man not worth her pains, much less the adventure of her person?
Good, my lord, we have promised to execute the charge my father gave me for visiting your highness.
The blessed gods purge all infection from our air whilst you do climate here. You have a holy father, a graceful gentleman, against whose person, so sacred as it is, I have done a sin, for which the heavens, taking angry note, have left me issueless and your father blessed, as he from heaven merits it with you, worthy his goodness. What might I have been? Might I, a son and daughter, now have looked on? Such goodly things as you.
Most noble sir, most noble sir, that which I shall write shall bear no credit when I have proved so not. Please, your grace, sir, Bohemia meets you for himself by me. He desires you to attack his son, who has both his dignity and duty both cast off, fled from his hopes, from his father, and with his shepherd's daughter.
Where is Bohemia? Speak.
Here in the city, and now comfort him. I speak amazingly because of my message and my marvel to your court while I was hastening in the changing scenes of this fair couple. Meet thee on the way, the father of this seeming lady, and her brother, who have both their country quitted with this young prince.
Camillo has betrayed me, whose honor and honesty till now endured all weathers.
Lay it so to his church. His is the king, your father.
Who? Camillo?
Camillo, sir. I now speak to him, who now has these poor men in question. They kneel, they kiss the earth, forswear themselves often as they speak. Bohemia stops his ears and threatens him with divers death and
Oh, my poor father, the heaven sets spies upon us that will not have our contract celebrated.
You are married?
We are not, sir, nor are we like to be. The stars I see will kiss the valley first, the odds for highs and lows alike.
My lord, is this the daughter of a king?
She is, when once she is my wife.
That once I see, by your good father's speed, will come on very slowly. I am sorry, most sorry you have broken from his liking, where you would hide in duty. and as sorry your choice is not as rich in worth as beauty, that you might well enjoy her.
Dear, look up, though fortune, visible and enemy, should chase us with my father. Power no jot has she to change our loves. Beseech you, sir, step forth mine advocate. At your request, my father will grant precious things as trifles.
Would he do so, I beg your precious mistress, which he counts but a trifle.
Sir, my liege, your eye hath too much youth in it. Not a month before your queen died, she was worth more such gazes than what you look on now.
I thought of her, even in these looks I made. But your petition is yet unanswered. I will to your father. Your honor not overthrown by your desires, I am friend to him and you. Upon which errand I now go forth. Therefore follow me, and mark what way I make. Come, good my lord.